Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I feel like I'm always saying that, but this is always on replay. So I know people could be watching this at any time. And thank you for those of us that are joining us live. And thank you for those that are watching this on replay. My name is Lola Adeyemo. I'm the founder and CEO of EQI Mindset. EQI Mindset is from Equity Inclusion Mindset, and I work with organizations that want to build inclusive communities within their workplace. My primary audience, ERGs, and also employees from multiple underrepresented communities and with multiple intersectional identities. So I'm excited to be here. Sorry, hold on. I'm seeing some technical. All right. Sorry about that, technical issues over there. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. And this is the ERG resource session. So, Employee Resource Group resource session. Part of why I host a couple of these every month is the ERG space, DEI space. There's a lot of growth happening in the technology space and with resource. So, some of my guests have had platforms similar to FunEx that we're going to talk about. Some have had tech, like new tech for specifically for ERGs. And I've also brought some guests who are nonprofit founders. And so just looking for organizations that are external that can really partner with companies on their internal initiatives. So I am excited to introduce you to Una today. Hi, Una.
Hi.
Nice to have you here. All right, let's dive right in. So, who is Una Patel? Do you want to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Lola. Firstly, thank you for having me. Honestly, it's an honor. I am always just truly inspired by all the stuff you do and how you manage to all fit it all in. So, thank you. Thank you for having me. So, I'm Una. I'm Una Patel. I am the CEO of FunEx, FunEx.com. To give you a little bit of background, I was born in the UK. I am originally from India. I have lived and grown up in the Middle East. So I've lived in Abu Dhabi, in Kuwait. So a real mix. So I never know when people ask me to say where I'm from. There's no single place, but
But okay, I know this is completely unrelated, but because I work with I work with people from multiple places, so I feel like I can't even let that pass. Because what you just said is a topic by itself, right? You were born in the UK, but you say I'm originally from India, and I always struggle with that because for me it's like I was born in Nigeria,
yeah.
but I moved here, so it's easy for me to explain that. So I think when we just talk about the places that people have lived and worked, is I love to hear about people's path and how they got to where they are. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, so I have, in terms of work, I started my career in the UK in investment banking. So that was a while ago, but it was also my first introductions to ERGs. And I'm not going to age myself by telling you how long ago that was, but it was a long time ago, and ERGs were really not a thing at that time. But I was part of this group called City Women, and I did 4 years in banking, investment banking. That's a story in itself and a career path and all the rest of it, but it was a great experience. And then at the end of 4 years, I was determined to change career paths. And so I went to business school. I moved here to the US, and I went to Harvard Business School for the next 2 years, and tried to figure out what was next for me. With that came an opportunity to work for L Brands. That's like the parent company for Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works. So I spent the next 9.5 years in corporate America and moved up the ladder there, the corporate ladder, and ended there as VP of Global Sourcing and Operations. So that was an amazing experience. I learned a lot, developed as a leader, developed as an individual, developed even as I think, as a human being, and being part of the communities that I found myself to be part of as I was there, and sort of grew in that career. And then there came a time where I really just wanted to do something a little bit more, that was a little bit more meaningful to me, something that truly was something I could call mine. And one thing led to another, and that's kind of how I landed the opportunity to lead the team at FunX here in California. So I moved over the coast from the East Coast to the West, And since then, since the last 4+ years, I have been leading the team at FunEx, and it's a great opportunity. FunEx has been around 32 years. We're in the corporate and employee benefits space, and so that's something that I've been doing over the last couple of years. I'm super excited to share that story. The company is uniquely positioned. Goes a little bit. It's close to my heart. Allows us to bring fun and really liveliness and joy to individuals' lives, and that's at the core of what the business does. So I'll,
I
yeah,
love it. All right, so that flows nicely. Thank you for giving us a little background about yourself, though, because um, I always like to also trace the path of the work that people currently do
yeah,
through how they got there, right? Because I think that communicates best
yeah.
on why you do what you do, your passion for your work, right? So
But
thank you for being here.
this all for sure.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask about FunEx. So we talked about the name a little bit before we came on live, right? I was like, what is it? Is there an origin story to FunEx? Fun Express? I think I saw Fun Express somewhere, but it sounds like an amusement park.
Well, that was probably the initial reason for it. But so 30, this is our 33rd year in business. So we're going into our 33rd year in business. FunEx was started, and probably, if I can take the liberty to say, I think started this industry of providing discounts and benefits to the theme parks, and that's how it started. So our founder, David Hood, who 32 years ago used to work for Six Flags, and he worked with them, worked with a number of corporations in the Southern California area, and put together essentially what was a catalog of all the different discounts that employers could provide to their employees. And that's how it started. It was initially called Fun for Sale by Mail. And then it became Fun Express. So that was the Express. And we have, over the last couple of years, as we thought about what's next for this brand, and what truly do employees want now, we have decided to move it to FunX. So we still go by FunX, by Fun Express, but FunX, because it truly is more about experiences now. Not just the experience at a theme park, which is of course always fun and brings a lot of joy to people's lives, but experiences that you're having in your everyday life, whether it is the need to save, and you're at a point in your life that those pieces are important, but also wellness and gym memberships and health and all the different experiences that make up truly a wholesome life. So that's why it is now called FunX.
Okay. So what is FunEx in terms
What is
of,
FunX?
for I know,
Okay.
so
What,
for the people listening, right? Who maybe have their business or employers or employees,
absolutely.
um, is benefits employee benefits platform, right?
Yes. So we work in the employee benefits space. We're an employee benefits platform. To be clear, we provide perks from everything, essentially from the blenders in your kitchen to your chairs in your offices, the laptops in your homes. We provide discounts to all of those. We also provide discounts and benefits to attraction tickets, theme park tickets, sporting events, movies, you name it, across a range, hotels worldwide, travel. It's something for every lifestyle, is how we like to say it. It is a free program. So corporations bring us on. We have at this point over 20,000 corporations around the nation that are registered with us, over 2.5 million active users across the nation. And what employers can benefit from this is that they can offer these discounts at no cost to their employees. The
I
key,
know. I think we need to emphasize that in case people miss that part. Okay, when we talk benefits, people are always thinking, "Oh, how much does this cost?" It's free.
it's free. And I think that I can't emphasize, sometimes, we'll do demos and people in team will be like, we did this entire demo. And at the end of it, they were like, well, how much does it cost? And we're like, said it 3 times. It's free. It's free. It's free. I promise it's free. We're not doing anything. So, yes, it's free. And I think that's even more important, Lola, because oftentimes when they see a platform like ours and the kind of a wide array of discounts and benefits and perks that we provide, people think, whoa, no, there must be a cost to that. So the reason it's important is because whether you're an employee at a company that is sole proprietary owner, or you're an employee at a company that's got tens and thousands of employees, the value of that employee is the same, right? Like it's important that we treat that individual employee the same. And so we are, grateful to be in a position where we can offer it to a company size of an individual owner, multiple small businesses, to enterprise level clients. And I think the ability to kind of promote work-life balance, have employee engagement, sort of really have that employee voice being heard is just as important regardless of the size of the company. So we do offer that platform to regardless of size of company. We do customization, which I think is very important, and I think a key differentiator between us and a lot of platforms that are out there. So when we first launch with a company, we will work with them. We will talk to their HR. There's an onboarding call that happens. If they are ERGs, depending on the size of the company, we will ask to speak to particular ERG leaders, and together then we customize that platform for them. So I always
When
like
you
to
talk
use
about customization, is it are you talking about syncing it into the internal system, or are you talking about offering selection?
both.
Okay.
So definitely can fully integrate into the system. So a lot of large corporations have the intranet piece that we have to integrate into. We offer single sign-on options, which essentially means that you can sign on with your work email into our platform without needing a separate account, but also customization. So if, for example, the most recent one that comes to mind is a large hospital organization. They wanted a particular page that emphasized mental wellness, right? And so we worked with them, we created the offering, we gathered and sort of, from what we had plus what they had. So sometimes our
Right.
partners, especially the larger ones, will say, well, we also already work with such and such. And how do we incorporate that all into one place so that when the employees come, it is truly a benefit portal that is relevant to them?
Yeah.
Perfect. But there are pages that are just specifically to that company that are not available to other employees of other
So
companies.
why will that happen? Is it the employer trying not to overwhelm the employee, or what's
So
the justification for trying to customize, I guess?
the customization happens for a number of reasons. So in this particular case, I think mental well-being was something that they were trying to promote,
Mind.
and it's not a
Right.
static thing, right? So once you sign up with us, you not only have that client success manager at the beginning, but you also have an account manager that stays with you. So that
Okay.
account manager is always able to update what is relevant for that
Okay.
company at that time.
Right.
That time, mental wellness was another company, for example. They knew that pet insurance was a big one, as well as they were getting specific discounts on city cards that FunEx may not have had, and so
Okay.
we were able to put those cards onto that same platform as
Okay.
well. So it allows the employer to make sure they're emphasizing what is important to them. We also have sat with ERG leaders in the past, and this is one of my favorite stories because I sat down with someone once, and they were talking about, okay, what's relevant for us. And I was telling them, and I think I truly feel that this is why the customization piece is so important. As I said, I grew up in the Middle East, and I'm Indian originally from by ethnicity. And my weekly meals, I promise you, at least 3 to 4 are Indian dinners, and then the remaining 1 or 2 are usually Arabic food. So giving me a coupon for the Gelsons is not as valuable as giving me a discount to my local, wholesome choice or the Pioneer cash and carry, which I'm really where I'm shopping. So when it comes to ERGs and groups like that, that's what's important to us. We want to hear what you want on your platforms, and your HR leaders often want to hear that too, right? This is a
Right.
benefit that you will stay for. This is a benefit that you appreciate. This is something that is
Right.
important to you at the time. And that's just one
Okay, so a question on that then. So when a company customizes what benefits that is available for free, um, are you locked into that forever, or how does that work?
you the there's no lock-in. We do not have any contracts up front, so it's not like we're locking you in saying, okay, now that we've done this, you have to do so and so. We definitely set you up. We will have the initial launch period with you that allows your employees to really get to know the program, but that there is no real lock-in period
Oh,
as such.
okay, so that means if we customize and we say 2 3 years or
Yeah,
even 1 year, and we
yeah.
say we have reviewed what our employees are using, there's some additional ERGs that we have, and we're looking for something
Absolutely.
else. Okay.
Yeah, yes. And not only, I mean, I think, years sometimes is even a long time. Or what happens often is you start with something and then, the word gets out, and we'll often hear back saying, well, can we add this as well? Or can we add that as well? So the account manager will work with the employer, and whether it's the HR that we're talking to or an ERG leader, to work on that customization. But absolutely, yeah, it is
Okay.
allowed.
Okay.
And it's not only allowed, but it's encouraged, because the needs are never going to be the same. It's always evolving.
Yeah. Okay. And that's good. I mean, I really like that. So when we talk about discounts, how big of a discount are we talking about?
The discounts are great. And, honestly, I say that if you're not buying from us, you're paying too much. That's how I like to
Okay.
say it. So I
Okay.
think, the discounts vary from it, we say up to 60%, because that is usually the range that we stop at.
Okay.
But everything on the platform is discounted. There isn't really a full price that we have got on anything. We also live by the fact that if it's not a discount, it's not a benefit. So there are definitely portals out there where sometimes you'll go to the end of the checkout and you'll be like, wait, what are these huge fees? Like, now I'm paying even more than I was paying up front, or if I had just gone directly to Six Flags or to Universal or to Disney. So there's always a discount. It's up to 60%. And truly, it is not a benefit if it's not a discount.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I like that. And so it's experiences and product.
It's experiences and products, so it's both. You will get discounts in terms of products. They're often deals that are to do with even simple things like right now. It's a little bit off, but back to school, right? Or Halloween is coming up. Halloween, not only Halloween, so we sell the Halloween theme parks and all the activities, but also costumes. So even day-to-day items like that, that is part of your everyday life. Food, grocery, restaurants around the country. So I think that's another big one that people really try to enjoy and take advantage of. So on our customized portal, we have the option for somebody to be able to put a zip code in and kind of see what their
Okay.
local deals are that are available. So that's a big part of us. Gym memberships, across the nation, there are, I think, around 28,000 different options that are available. So whether it's LA Fitness that you use or the Gold's Gym, um, there are options available for
Okay.
discount those as
Okay.
well. Yeah.
And so for FunEx, how does this work? Like, okay, if I'm interested, if I'm listening to this now, and I'm an individual that works at a big company,
Yeah.
or I am somebody that is responsible for employee benefits or I know if I like deals. Secretly, I always like discounts. So that's why I like the FunEx platform. By the way, I am the CEO of Sapient Logic, an organization that also employs. We have 11 full-time employees, and so maybe just to make that clarification too, a company like mine that has 11 employees, or a company that has 100,000 employees, do you provide the same access level for small sized or big sized businesses?
Yeah, so we have the same size, we have the same access level for
Access.
our basic platform. We do have some more customized options available as the size gets
Okay.
larger. In full
Okay.
disclosure, yeah, there is some basic level, but as you know, Lola, you get discounts on almost everything I have mentioned so far is on that platform. So
Right.
there's more customizations that are available for sure,
That will be
but
good.
you
Yeah.
definitely have access to everything I've mentioned
Yeah.
today. And then in terms of how, so if you're an employee, we encourage you to reach out. We do, when we're bringing a FunEx to a company, we are typically talking to the HR or some sort of large, if it's an ERG leader that has heard of us or that we've heard of, that we've reached out to. Those are kind of some of the touch points that we come in at. We also provide these benefits to organizations. So if you're leading a large organization or a small organization that is closed, right, that you have to become a member of, you are more than welcome to contact us. My details are
In the
in
chat. Yeah.
yeah,
I dropped it in the
here.
chat.
Yeah, absolutely. But Una, partners at FunEx is the easiest way, or calling us 949-367 6661 is my direct number. But across the board, those are a couple of ways that you can get in contact with us. But again, emphasizing it's a free program. So regardless of the size, do reach out, and you'll see the discounts for yourself.
Yeah.
We,
And
you know,
it's an organization that you partner with corporations or organizations, not individuals. So I think that's the difference. I just was trying to make clear that don't
yeah.
get excited like I'm sounding excited and think, hey, I want to jump on FunEx. It's something that is a relationship that you establish with the organization and then
Correct.
it's offered to the
Yeah,
employees.
absolutely. But do reach out to us. Again, 33rd year in business, over 25,000 ish, I think, approaching organizations, large and small. So sometimes you may not even fully know it. I think the one thing that we really try to do is ensure that the engagement is there, right, with the companies. And so if you are at a company, you're like, okay, well, we might have something like this, but I'm not sure, just reach out, and we will do our best to reach out to your HR. Oftentimes these kind of portals are just like stuck on an intranet because the engagement level isn't there from the company that they've used, right?
Yeah.
That's not what we want to be. We want to be able to be engaging with the employees and continuously having that. And as such, we're reaching out to every single one of our companies on a monthly basis.
Okay.
It's very different from, I think, something that other
Yeah.
people do.
Yeah, and so that was going to be my a little bit of a data question too around that is there any collaboration between these companies or opportunity? And then how do you source for vendors? Is that what I should call them? How do you source for vendors that you bring on your platform?
Those are both great questions. So, in terms of, let me just make one thing that we take very seriously, very clear to privacy, right? So, you think about all these discounts, and I'm always worried, like, I never put my, email down on some coupon that I find online. So, know that we do not share or sell your information, okay? So, we are not selling that information. If we have affiliate sites that are on our platform, you will know that that it is an affiliate site that you're headed towards when you're doing that. But again, that is if you would like to use your email and get a particular discount if you're going to, say, for a Macy's and an affiliated discount there. So from that perspective, knowing that is very important. How do we source partners, and we like to call them partners, vendors in all the spaces, whether it's in the well-being and health or coaching, products, attractions. So we're partnered with everybody, from the Disneys of the world, to local go-karting and bouncy castle houses, to individualized coaching sessions that people provide. So reach out to me, reach out to us. Partners at FunEx is still the correct place, and we will let us know very clearly that you're interested in partnering on the platform, bringing your service to employees, and then we will give you a call, set up some time. Obviously, there has to be some understanding of everything from data security to what the offering is, and most importantly, coming back to it, that it is truly a discount that can be marketed as a benefit and provided
Right.
to
Okay.
employees.
Yeah.
So,
No, thank you. Well, if you are still thinking about it, reach out to Una and connect. If you're on LinkedIn, just connect with that directly. Do you have any case study stories that you could share on how some of your clients have really leveraged this, or long-term clients or even new clients?
yeah, long-term clients. So, we're proud to say that we have clients that have been with us uh, since the beginning. So we've had not only clients but partners too. So,
Okay.
Six Flags, Knott's Berry Farm, AMC. So both sides of it, I think we're very proud to say that have been with us for that entire time. Engagement level, I can share like a recent case study where a company, at this point now, they've been with us 6 months. Uh, it is, I think, about approaching 6 months. So when they came to us, they were already using another platform. Okay, and we had reached out through them to them, and they said, "Well, we have this platform." And we said, "Well, it's a free platform. Let's try it. We can guarantee you that your engagement level will be at least 50% higher than what you have today within 2 weeks." Okay. And we have ways on how we're doing that. So I'm not going to go into too much detail exactly on all of that, but we guaranteed that. And at the end of that 2 week period, 68% of the company's employees were signed up. And I am not talking about a small corporation. So I'm not talking about somebody that was, 35, 40 people, that, okay, 68% is not a large number. But 68% for a company that was multiple offices, multiple locations, multiple cities, and even one additional country. So engagement is something we take very seriously. It is something that we believe is what the value lies in, right?
Okay.
If your employees are not valuing it, are not engaged, then it's just a check on the box, right? Then it's
Right.
like, oh, I did it, I put it up. But what
Right.
do you do as an employer gaining from it, and what are your employees gaining
Yeah,
from it?
and I think that's the difference for a lot of benefits employee discount platforms. Sometimes is just saying you have it when your employees don't know you have it, or
Yeah.
you don't have a way to make sure that they are engaging and that you are getting feedback, right? Like leveraging things like your ERG so they can give you feedback that this is not working, or we want more of these,
Yeah.
right?
And I think also, so the most successful, I will tell you, and this is another one, I know I'm running short of time, but I'll give you one other one. We sat down with the leadership of a large healthcare organization about a week ago. And they have used the platform. They're at somewhere like 95, 96% usage rate, i.e., that many percentage people have signed up on the platform on their own, right? So clearly, they're very ingrained in our business and very committed. So they asked us to come to their leadership piece and sort of say, okay, well, how do we engage at different levels? So ERGs are one way, that we often get into, but engagement sometimes at the senior leadership levels, engagement at the mid-management level, and really engagement at, maybe if it's in warehouses, it's at the warehouse level, in the medical facilities, at the on the ground in the hospital. We are servicing everybody from the person that is cleaning the facilities all the way to the CEO. And engagement needs to be different at every level. So the more you are involved with us, and the more where you're working with our teams to help us understand what you need, it allows us to better service you. And I think that's where the most success we've had with our
So
corporation.
when you talk about engagement, is that like something that is included? Like you're able to provide what
Yeah.
is it called? Data to a
So
company about how their employees are using the platform.
correct. So we never share private data. We will never share who bought what, or what they bought, or how much they bought. What we will share with them is how many registrations, how many people actually came onto the platform, how many orders were placed during that year, that month, or that week, or whatever that year, depending on what review we're doing. Normally for our depending on the size of the company, we're doing reviews either quarterly or annually, depending on the size. And then some of our larger companies are set up on more easy access engagement, which essentially is on their platform. So whenever they log in, they can see
Right.
what is happening from
Right. Okay. So basically, I'm going to sum it up. If you're looking for a free
the
employee benefit, employee discount platform
yes,
that with full support, because I think
yes,
that's support to drive engagement, to receive feedback from your employees, from your team, so that you are providing what is needed, not just checking the box and saying we have an employee discount platform. Reach out to Una and team. I think I'm also going to try it out myself. So I am excited to try it out. But thank you, Una, for coming to talk about FunEx. I have the link in the chat if you're watching this. It's partners at FunEx.com, and you can just visit FunEx.com to check out exactly what we're talking about. And if you're on LinkedIn, you can connect with her directly as well, or reach out to me, and I'll be happy to provide a connection.
yes.
Um,
LinkedIn
thank you
is
so much.
at FunEx benefits as well. So if you do my LinkedIn,
Okay.
thank you,
Yeah,
Lo.
thank you so much for coming on. It was nice. I love your smile. So it's nice to see that, but it's also nice to hear about these, and I hope people will take advantage of it. I know that this is, as we wrap up the year, which is
It's
when we're
open
recording
enrollment
this.
right now. Yes, it's open enrollment. It's a great time of year to
Yeah,
really think
which
about this.
which is why the timing is perfect. So thank you, Una, for coming on, and looking forward to chatting with you some more very soon.
All right. Thank you, Lola. Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye, everyone.